House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says the article of impeachment accusing former President Donald Trump of inciting the Capitol riot will be transmitted to the Senate today. It comes nearly 2 weeks after the House voted to impeach. The trial, however, is not expected to begin in earnest until February 8th, after Senate leaders struck a deal to give Trump's attorneys more time to prepare. Ahead of the impeachment trial this morning, we have new information on just how far Donald Trump was willing to go to overturn President Biden's win. In early January, former President Trump had a meeting to discuss replacing acting Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen with someone more willing to help him stay in office. According to the Washington Post, Trump wanted to replace Rosen with Jeffrey Clark, the head of DOJ's Environment and Natural Resources Division, after Clark tried to press the acting AG to pursue baseless claims of voter fraud on the president's behalf. If installed, Clark was to file a case with the Supreme Court to overturn the election, which Rosen refused to do. Sources also told the paper Clark also wanted him to wrongly inform Georgia legislators the department was investigating fraud claims in their state and that they should void the state's results. White House counsel Pat Cipollone was in the meeting with Trump and Rosen and Clark and pushed back on changing attorney generals and against filing a Supreme Court case to overturn the election, an idea that had been floated by Trump's outside attorneys. He warned of mass resignations at DOJ if the plan went through, according to people familiar with the meeting. Michael Schmidt, I'm beginning to think, as Trump's attorneys maybe beg for time to prepare, the time is actually what is needed for everything to come out and is probably not on Trump's side, because as we learn more, it only gets worse.
Yeah, and it's in some ways it's very new, and it gives us a very good insight into what was going on around the election. Throughout the president's term, he has tried as hard as he could to use the Justice Department to help him politically. Time and time again, he ran into problems. He was most successful when he was able to sort of obstruct and to throw barriers up for them to stop them from looking into things that he thought could be damaging to him. Where he struggled was to get them to go on the offense and to investigate his rivals and do things like that. And it's what we see in this example is one of the most glaring ones of him pushing as hard as he can to the point of being told by his White House counsel that he would suffer, an immense political cost for it. Now, obviously, the president was willing to do a lot of things that damaged him politically, but this seems like, even for the president, it was going to be too far. If he had had mass resignations at the Justice Department in the weeks leading up to the end of his presidency, obviously that would have, put even more pressure on the Senate coming up here around impeachment. But as you point out, questions about this, about what he was trying to do with the Justice Department, were not examined in the impeachment articles that were sent over. They're not part of what the Senate will be looking at. And you sort of wonder what more time would uncover about them.
Jonathan Lemire, what are you hearing? And this is your first Monday, I guess, waking up not covering the Trump White House. What's that like?
Well, first of all, it's my first Monday covering the Biden White House, and I didn't wake up to news being made by tweet. So that's a step perhaps in the right direction. The Biden White House, of course, they view that the upcoming Senate trial here is a bit of an unwelcome distraction, but there's nothing they can do about it. And they were certainly pleased with this 2-week pause, which gives the lawmakers time to work on this massive COVID relief bill, which I know we'll talk about later, which at the moment seems pretty stalled, but also gives them more time, the Senate more time to confirm Biden appointees, get his cabinet members in place. And they're super important. They're very keyed in on that because to this point, only 2 have come in. The Trump world, of course, is watching these revelations with some trepidation.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news, or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.